I know there's things you cannot tell me. But I also know there's a story here, and I think everybody will hear about it.
Do you think your paper has the resources to take that on?
I do. Do you?
These days, almost everyone is aware of the wide-scale sexual abuse committed by a number of Catholic priests. The cover-up of this story was exposed back in 2002 by a team of research journalists from the Boston Globe. And now their Pulitzer Prize-winning work has been turned into a movie called Spotlight.
We're really talking about the investigation. I think that was our in on this film, talking specifically about the investigation. And then what became more interesting is dealing with how do these sort of crimes happen in a city or a town or a country without people saying something. Where is that deference to these types of institutional abuses, and where do we draw the line? And I think that to me is a really relevant question, not just for this particular case, but for all cases of abuse.
To be totally honest, I feel like it's a good time to have this conversation, and that we're ready for it. And I feel like the church is ready for it.
The Boston priests molested kids in 6 different parishes over the last 30 years. The church found out about it and did nothing. We haven't committed any long-term investigative resources to the case.
No, we haven't.
And that's the kind of thing your team would do.
Spotlight? Guys, listen. Everybody's going to be interested in this.
This movie focuses less on the abuse and more on the way it was covered up by the church. But besides that, there's also a side note about the decline of investigative journalism. With newspapers losing subscribers by the day, it's only a matter of time until high-level research, as seen in this movie, is a thing of the past.
I think this is a little bit of an homage to you know, investigative journalism and everything that it can be, and maybe a little bit of a swan song, because obviously in our country the journalism industry has been decimated, especially on a local level, and I think this this reminds us of the importance of a free press and a supported press.
When you're a poor kid from a poor family, and when a priest pays attention to you, it's a big deal. How do you say no to God?
Spotlight. Is this the tip line?
You think he's got something?
I want to keep digging.
We need to focus on the institution. Show me that it came from the top down.
These days, there's a real exodus going on of people leaving the church. We can't accredit this solely to the global abuse scandal and the church's inability or unwillingness to address these problems, but it is indeed a big factor. So by pointing out these issues in a movie, they may actually be doing Catholicism a favor.
I also think it's a chance for healing for the Catholic Church at this time, to embrace it and to take heed of it and to make it right.
I think there's a place for organized religion in our society, but I think it needs to be held accountable, which is what the newspapers do so well.
And it's not the journalists, it's the church. And since then, it's been in deep decline because of it's lost its credibility. And so, I don't see how they can move forward without addressing it, to be honest with you.
Catch the true story of Spotlight in a cinema near you.
I'm not crazy. They control everything.
This is not just Boston, it's the whole country, it's the whole world.
They knew, and they let it happen. It could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been any of us.